the finals, and Ikealyou still has to win 2 more. But if history is any indicator, we might be going to Game 7 because it's just been trading games back and forth. George getting the first win advantage, and then Ikealyou being able to respond. We're going to Rogue versus Druid.
Oh, I really like the Rogue hand here. Tomb Pillager would also be a pretty good one to get, but Questing Adventure is an excellent card against the Druid in general, because you might sometimes be able to build it up to very high life total, where just the Druid removal is not efficient to deal with it. Georgec, however, does have that mulch in his opening hand, so if there was an early adventurer, he could be able to deal with it.
What gave the rise to Questing Adventurer in Miracle Rogue? I mean, that was in one of the first builds of Miracle Rogue back in the day. Questing Adventurer, as well as Mana Addict. These were some of the cards that are being played, and they transitioned away from it. What made it come back?
I think the Barnes is definitely a card that synergizes extremely well with it. If you pull it out early on with the Barnes. This in particular list from Ikealyou does not even run Barnes though, but I find some cool synergy there. Questing Adventure, it might just be like a good meta fit, and it might have been something that would have already been working months ago after the changes to silence cards and the big game hunter, but or the silence change in particular. But maybe it just took people a little bit longer to figure it out.
I personally think that people have just realized how nuts Van Cleave can be. So why not run 3 of them equivalent to your deck? You know, just keep pushing out cards and pushing out cards, and making it go off. Because you're right, silence being out of the meta is been pretty impactful. A couple of play opportunities here from Ikealyou. He can remove that Mire Keeper after he coins out that Georgec through prep, but I don't know if he wants to commit that many resources to it.
Yeah, I don't think you can use the prep here, or I don't think he should use the prep here. There's so much value from it later with either the Edwin questing or just the auctioneer. So Ikealyou agrees and just gonna make the trade here instead of going for the prep shiv and the weapon attack on that 3/3.
George can remove through either Wrath, Swipe. Chooses to swipe, it's a little bit clunkier. Wrath compared with the Violet Teacher. Very understandable and logical plays here from both players so far.
Yep, the Violet Teacher with the Living Roots and the Power of the Violet could be huge for George next turn. And here Ikealyou, evaluating his opinion, his options, excuse me, can't quite go for something like double Adventure or Adventurer Van Cleave, but I guess just one Adventurer might be okay.
Yeah, just to test the waters, you can Adventurer, I guess Shiv, and see where it leads to. You have your hand's a little bit clunky, so yeah, maybe if your opponent doesn't even answer Questing Adventurer, it starts to have the upside of potentially getting really strong.
Another Cold Blood. Those could be very big if he got a minion to stick and maybe picked up a Conceal from the top. It is so much damage dealt. Druid does not have any way to remove stealthed minions, so having Cold Blood in combination with the Conceal can be extremely powerful against Druid.
Okay, Rage, Feral Rage, Claw, and Starfire. Feral Rage is definitely the most flexible for what you want it to do.
Yep. I am ready to learn.
Alright, so back over in Ikealyou's land, this is the turns where he can start thinking about Auctioneer if he wants to. Oh, a Conceal.
It's a Conceal. Let's see how he wants to navigate this. There's so many options here. Something like questing Prep, Fan, Edwin. It seems so powerful. Yeah. He could also just go for the questing if he picks up maybe, let's say, an Eviscerate from the top. He could Eviscerate and then Conceal. Backstep. Unfortunately, it's a little bit in wrong order here, but still so powerful. Georgec would be in a world of hurt if he didn't have the mulch right now, but yeah, no roping required for this. And
actually, in just the perfect mana usage here to eliminate the Questing Adventurer as well. And those are some of like the huge damage dealers in Ikealyou's decks. He does still have Leroy Jenkins, but I mean, he hasn't done a single point of damage to his opponent, and he's losing the board. Although he has gotten a very interesting minion off the mulch.
That's a monstrous pickup with those. With
oh my gosh.
Okay, sorry about that. But Georgec making a big board here. He already saw one Fan of Knives getting played. Second Fan of Knives with spell power would be huge for Ikealyou, but he has neither spell power nor Fan right now.
You're killing me, Savitz. Literally. Gadgetzan Conceal tries to dig deeper into the deck.
Oh, another backstep. That's excellent.
Now looking at George C's list, if he has a Savage or he does not, so it's not like he's afraid of that, but he is afraid of the Raven Idol, which did pick up Feral Rage. So ends up drawing a couple of decent cards here, and has some other good plays. Tomb Pillager SI, and of course the Boogie Monster, which lines up actually pretty well against this board, ironically enough.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. It might be that he wants to lean towards just playing the double Cold Bloods and like Tomb Pillager or something. Try to dig for the second Conceal. Just getting those extra cards from the auctioneer is very valuable, and if he went with the Boogie Monster, he couldn't get the extra cards.
Yeah.
Oh, preparation.
Prep.
That's I would say that is the best card he could have drawn to kick things off here on this turn. Yeah, he could have gone for the Sap. The Sap seems kind of obvious on the Giant, but the preparation does give that 3 mana discount. So if he's casting the Fan of Knives anyway, it would be more efficient to use the preparation effect with the 3 mana spell instead of the 2 mana.
Yeah, has the ability to attach a Cold Blood, maybe even 2, depending on what he's drawing on the next card.
Yep. Ikealyou is just hoping so much for the second Conceal.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough because you don't want to just attach the second Cold Blood and all in on the hope that you draw Conceal. You can get more damage onto the board here and part ways with your Gadget Sand.
Yeah.
It already did a lot of work. It helped draw a handful of cards, and you have a decent amount of power on board already.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think it would have been a little bit too much all in, just going for the second Cold Blood in hopes to pick up that Conceal. So
Sure.
I really like the SI and the Tomb Pillager here.
Let's see what George C can dig up from his deck here.
Sounds like the last swipe would maybe be pretty good.
Ooh, I like this. I like playing the guessing game on what he drew. Nice card back, by the way. I was probably looking for the Golden Celebration card back we can get later on.
There is a Violet Teacher. Not the greatest card here. I wouldn't be surprised if he just went for another draw here. He could also draw out for 3. It is pretty nice to remove that Arcane Giant afterwards. If he wanted to, he could even Feral Rage to remove the last minion from the board as well, and then innervate out the Arcane Giant.
Absolutely, I like that play the most. Set up the strongest Giant possible, and then force your opponent into an awkward position.
Yep.
And Ikealyou actually doesn't have a direct answer to the Giant yet, unless he picks up Shadow Strike.
Yep. Leroy Jenkins. There's a lot of damage. With the Leroy Cold Blood, Eviscerate, and the weapon attack, that would be 15 damage total, but George C does have 22 HP still because he had that early Feral Rage.
Okay.
8 armor. No.
How good is the... Well, Boogie Monster's base stat lines actually don't line up well against the Giant, unfortunately. It's actually like decent stats against Druid. Druid can't really remove it, but if they have the 8/8 on board already, that's problematic.
Yep. I guess it has to do with the Boogie Monster. I mean, just looking at those options, he could also maybe consider cycling the Fan here and hope to pick up another minion to play with the Tomb Pillager.
I can't. I want to see George's reaction to this. When the Boogie Monsters... Actually, I've never seen Boogie Monster play from the hand. I've only seen it summoned.
Not even in a Golden Monkey match?
Well, I mean, I've seen it being summoned through like Confessor Pale Truth, but never really through. Not even. Even if I get it off Golden Monkey, I've never really played it.
Yeah, it doesn't really see all that much play.
It's a little spooky, man. It's like comes out from a bunch of a purple portal full of tentacles.
Yeah.
I already seen enough on the internet to know where that's going. Well, George C, he can answer this just with a direct trade. Choose to play the Emperor and probably the Violet Teacher, just 2 minions as opposed to 1.
Yep, and Ikealyou needs some help from the top of his deck. Oh, that's some help, I would say.
Yeah, Gadget Sand with coin.
Yeah, he gets to cycle through more of his deck. He does have the coin, the Fan, and the Eviscerate. Those are at least 4 cards will be drawn. 3 from the extra auctioneer effects and the 1 from the Fan.
Alright, so Deadly Poison can continue this cycle.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Blade Flurry. Ikealyou, but he needs a little bit more. He needs like Shadow Strike to cleanly remove.
He's looking at he's considering the Deadly Poison here. If he's going for that, I would imagine that he's like really going for the last Conceal, but the chances to get it are pretty high at this point. There's not that many cards left in his deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost guaranteed that he gets it.
Well, I mean, he still can hit a couple of duds here, Azdrake being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Has he used both of his preps as well? I think he has.
I think the preps are gone, yes.
Needs
5 cards remaining, so can't quite guarantee the conceal. Fan of Knives.
Oh no, he's running out of time as well, so he's forced to make awkward plays. Sap.
Oh, does he have time to cast? Oh no!
I don't know.
Oh,
he got it off.
Okay.
He got it off just in time.
The funny thing about it though is that it might be more valuable for the Ancient of War later, but like from his point of view, it certainly seemed like the strongest play to do.
Sure. Raven Idol to see what he can get. George C can look up for a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
Power of the Wild.
Mark of Nature seems like the only choice here. I think it can be kind of huge. He knows that Ikealyou is running out of resources, running low on cards, so being able to make a big taunt, maybe out of the Emperor Torison, can be a huge deal.
Yeah, Ikealyou is running out of breathing room here.
Yeah, he needs a Yogg, but he doesn't play one, so I don't really know how he can climb out of this one.
Okay, there's the Conceal. He has Azdrake, Fan of Knives.
That's actually not so bad. He can Drake and Pillager here, maybe conceal those.
Oh, okay, that's also, yeah, I like that a lot better.
Yeah, maybe he might be able to pull this off after all. With that Shadow Strike, even though both Saps are played, that Shadow Strike is going to help a lot in dealing with that huge taunt. But that Mark of Nature, the extra taunt might be too much.
Yeah, you know, with Shadow Strike and Fan Knives, that's 10 damage, right? If he puts the Thanos onto the board.
Yeah.
So that allows him to get through the Ancient of War and clear even if his opponent had Power of the Wild pickup.
Yeah, for lethal though, he unfortunately, because he wants to play the Leroy and the Cold Blood, so there wouldn't be enough mana for the Blood Mage. That would total in 11.
Yeah. I guess he would trade his Tomb Pillager.
Oh
if that's
yeah,
the
but
case.
that's an option certainly. So he could get the coin from there.
Okay, so what does George do to respond to this? Knows that both Saps have been used. Maybe he loads up more onto the Ancient of War. Maybe he taunts his Thorson as well.
Yep. Yeah, certainly seems like the obvious play to get that second big taunt.
I'm ready to learn.
Ikealyou is about to be doing some math here.
Yeah.
19 health still, and those taunts combined are 19 power, 19 toughness. So
Yeah, and he's out of cards, so he needs to make this work right here. These are the 6 cards remaining in his hand. Otherwise, it is lights out, and his dreams for HCT World Championship has ended.
That's just like, oh, this is actually some serious math here. This is like in a high pressure situation like this. That's not an easy task to do. How much is this? Like, what's the optimal play? Like, he can get the coin from that Tomb Pillager. So there's the Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, Cold Blood, Leroy.
I'm feeling the pressure, man. It's really hard for me to count. I'm thinking Blood Mage has to be part of this because Shadow Strike and Fan Knives is almost too clean of a removal. But perhaps he's not going to use that. Instead, chooses to use the Cold Blood. Okay, so he does want to go for this play and the clean removal. That's 6 damage, by the way. Wow. And that is very nicely done. It's very clean. I like it a lot. And he's putting in the pressure. And plus, he's got the 10 damage from hand. Has he done this?
How much damage? What if he does a swipe? Because the extra draw from Blood Mage.
No, but he's got 10. He's got 10. Oh,
the extra card draw from the Blood
extra
Mage.
card draw does the extra damage as well. No. Oh my goodness! And George C is going to the grand finals of the Europe Summer Championship, winning the series 4-2.
What a series it was.
Now that's a game that.